So I wanted to create a deck which sort of represented the Midrange Hunter deck that had a few extra features. One thing I noticed about the Hunter deck in general, or Hunter cards in general, is they have a lot of death rattle effects. And so I play a priest as well, and N'Zoth is a pretty common priest card. You can also play with paladins. It's just a really great card in general. It gives you some a late game curve if you want to have it. Like if I play all the Savannah, basically you're playing like Rat Pack, Savannah Highmane, Kindly Grandmother, Fiery Bat. You have a lot of cards in here which have death rattle effects and death rattle minions to add that are just really good. Now Trump recently created a video where he got legend with a free-to-play hunter account, which is essentially the best mid-range hunter, which is this deck, which it's just a really good, I want to say, early and mid-game, except for like super late game, I would say is where this deck would really fall off. But I wanted to make something more interesting. I wanted to make something that wasn't so like the normal, and this is one way you can play it. And a lot of these cards were in his deck, which he was able to achieve legend with. Of course, he has the skill and experience, which I would say I don't possess, but I wanted to create something interesting that's just really cool. And all it would take was just times in a lot of games to actually achieve legend if you wanted to play. Even probably with this deck you could do it. So I've beaten a lot of people with this deck. We've just swapped out a few little cards here and there for some good cards, and there's a lot of different options you can do to make that you could change if you wanted to. I just add what I think works pretty well and kind of gives the functions for, I want to be able to ward off aggro decks. So that's why I use Fiery Bat instead of, say, like Raptor Hatchling. But you could swap out and put Raptor Hatchling in there just as a death rattle effect to swap out a 4/3, 1/1 drop into your deck. Sure, that's fine. You could do that. But I want to be able to plop out this card and randomly do 1 damage and kill the Pirate Warrior if I need to. So Alley Cat is your basic, it's just the best 1-drop for a hunter. You place 2 1/1s, and it combos very, very well with Scavenging Hyena, which is probably the most overpowered hunter card in the game. Because say you're going first, you get Alley Cat and you have Scavenging Hyena. Well, then the opponent plays like one of these 1/2s that are common now. Well, then you kill both your hyenas, and now you have a 6. A 6/4 out there, and by turn 2, ready to just like go ham on someone. It's not as powerful as like comboing super hard, like getting a 10/10 with a Purify Priest with an extremely lucky draw, but we're close. Hungry Crab is just a way to fight off Murlocs. Like, I've been able to catch Murloc decks with this, and what I'm looking to kill with the Murloc deck, when I see, like, say if I'm playing a Paladin mostly, or a Shaman, so Paladins and Shamans will play Murlocs, is that I'm looking to basically kill like their War Leader with this. So the one that really buffs a lot of their cards up, but it could be really any Murloc, because especially since this is just a 1-drop. So this is my tech card, and this is a card that you could swap out for a lot of cards, but I choose a 1-drop because it's just a way for me to counter, say if I'm going second against a Murloc. It's class specific, so I'd have to kind of gauge what class I would want to go against so I could mulligan this card. Crackling Razormaw is just a great combo card, so most of the time you're going to have another minion on the board at the time, and then you adapt it. So like if you Wind Fury, like you could Wind Fury a Scavenging Hyena, or give it +3 health or +3 attack. It's just really good combo. It combos pretty well with Alley Cat, giving it +3 health, or just Divine Shield. It's very situational, which works out very, very well. Dinomancy is sort of one of the unique cards I've added to this N'Zoth Hunter, if you want to call it that, best mid-range N'Zoth Hunter. What it is, it's a Dinomancy. I just put 1 in my deck. I just played a Pirate Warrior match. You'll see coming up next match where you're like, Dinomancy's trash. Well, I pulled it out by like turn 4, and I started buffing critters left and right, and it starts to snowball hard. you know, you create like a 7/7, and I was able to beat this pirate warrior who basically had a pretty decent draw. He wasn't able to draw his weapon, but he was playing pretty aggressive cards. And you know, sometimes you're going to miss your draw, but I didn't draw. Drew probably average because I didn't even draw Scavenging Hyena, I think. No, wait, I did. So this is really, it's a powerful card, and it combos very well with Rat Pack. So you gain rats, 1/1 rats equal to this minion's attack. So say you buff this up to a 4/2, and now you get 4 rats. And if you're really lucky and you're able to buff it again, which you probably won't be able to, then you get even more rats. So you have a lot of death rattle minions anyway, so you're pretty much always going to have a beast on the board. Kindly Grandmother is just an awesome 2-drop. It's probably the best 2-drop you can get, because you can ping something for 1 damage, and then you get a 3/2, and also can survive if like someone's just destroying. You know, you're going to get hit by a board clear. I'm thinking of like the Maelstrom from the Shaman, something like that. And it combos very well with Scavenging Hyena, because you kill it, any death rattle minion you kill. Well, Scavenging Hyena is probably the most overpowered card for the hunter. Maybe one of the most overpowered cards in the game, because there's so many like small little minions you can kill with this hunter deck. And then by the time we're approaching like mid-range, like say turn 5 or something like that, you're pretty much surrounding it with like buff cards like Animal Companion or Nesting Rock or something like that. So it's difficult to get at this Scavenging Hyena, and so it becomes difficult to kill it. And by the time the opponent tries to kill it, it's challenging. I've done it before playing against the Scavenging Hyena, and it's extremely difficult. You fall really far behind. It's so powerful. Animal Companion is just a great. There was another card I saw that could be used with this, and just it's a great tech card. And you can see in the Pirate Warrior game I played next, one of the reasons why I won is I had Animal Companion, and well, guess what? It played the taunt minion, and it stopped them, and I won the game. So it's just a great 3-drop. There's other 3-drops I'm pretty sure you could use here. We're just looking at a few of them here. Deadly Shot is one I see frequently used. The problem with like say playing with death rattle stuff with like Terror Scale Stalker is that say like your death rattle minion is dead. Okay, well now you have this combo card, which you know I'm trying to trigger the death rattle minion's effect. Well, the card's already dead. So I've tried to play with this card before, and for whatever reason it just didn't work. Again, I'm already taking a proven deck and just tweaking it a little bit to add a little bit of flavor and maybe making it even better. And just adding some pretty cool elements to an already pretty awesome deck. The Rat Pack is another deck card that's just badass. It's a 2/2 and then spawns more minions. It's just a 3-drop. It's just sweet. Eaglehorn Bow is a card that is just great for anti-aggro. It's a way for you to ping those difficult like 1/3s that mages have and just board clear really easily right off the bat, especially if you're going second. The problem is it's a 3-drop, but it's fine. You're not going to have any friendly secrets that you're revealing. Alright, so you're not going to gain any durability, so its primary purpose is for you just to clear. Kill Command is just an awesome card in general. It's great on pinging 5 damage to the face or to a really like tanky minion, like I'm thinking like the Tar minions that are really tanky. Rat Pack is just awesome. We talked about it. Unleash the Hounds is just a great card. It's a part of the deck set, and say it's I would think of more of an anti-aggro. So say like Pirate Warrior or something by turn 3. Well, then you have like a bunch of 1/1s, and then you could either buff it with, say you play a Dinomancy. Well, then you can buff the Hound to a 3/3. It's like you're throwing out the little doggies out. Houndmaster's awesome as we're approaching like turn 4, 5, 6. You like buff the Houndmaster, you slow your opponent down with a taunt. Nesting Rock is already a great card, okay, by itself, but as a 4/7, it's as a 5-drop, it's pretty awesome as a 4/7. Now the fact is that we have 2 other minions on the board. We gain taunt, which is already like super powerful. It's really great for stopping aggressive decks, and it can win you games, and it's just a great card. Tundra Rhino is sort of another unique card that you could swap around, in my opinion. It's not fantastic, but it's sort of a techie card. Again, I think this card could probably be swapped out with like this Infest card if you wanted to try it out. Infest adds deathrattle to all, give your minions deathrattle, so again it pairs up well with the N'Zoth effect, and it's a lower tier card, but the thing about it is it's charge, which was in the original best mid-range hunter, and it pairs very well with the other deathrattle minions. So say I play it and say I attack with like one of these deathrattle minions, well then the other minion can come out and do a charge attack and win the game. So that's really the main reason why I want to play it. While Infest is pretty sweet as a lower tier card, you only have one Tundra Rhino in here anyways, and Infest doesn't do damage. It's not, you're not being aggressive with it. I'm just getting cards in my hand to play more cards, and I'm really trying to apply pressure to the other player, whether through board clearing or trading or something like that. And as a 2/5, it's decent. It's not horrible. Savannah Highmane is just a really powerful card. It's to be feared because it's a 6/5 as a 6-drop. It's sort of like your great mid-game curve card. It's a deathrattle card, but the cherry on top of this deck is N'Zoth, because now the problem with N'Zoth is, say like you mulligan and then you get N'Zoth, well then you have a dead card in your hand really, because most of the time you're going to lose. But really it's a 1 in 30 chance, and the optimal case for N'Zoth is that you mulligan him and then you draw him around 15 cards in, something like that, and it's just an awesome card to play. Like once you pull it out, like you typically have other cards in your hand, you have like three or four cards, so he's like your third card or your fourth card in your hand, and then you have a way to, like, you played a lot of deathrattle cards. It's like, okay, turn 10 comes along, I'm already applying a ton of pressure to my opponent. It's like, okay, now here's N'Zoth, where I'm playing a pretty awesome card, but then a ton of deathrattle cards. I played N'Zoth before and pulled out 2 Savannah Highmanes against priests. I'm thinking like against control decks and stuff like that. Like, I really want to apply pressure. And all the hunter deathrattle cards, it's not like the priest in my opinion, which I feel, at least I feel like the hunters have extremely powerful deathrattle cards. So this is a way for you to play hunter with sort of an interesting twist. As a N'Zoth, we're already taking, like I said, what I call the best mid-range hunter with some better cards. So you've cracked open your wallet a little bit, you've bought some cards, we've moved beyond sort of the free-to-play account, we're sort of in a better version of it. We're adding a few little tweaks in here, we're adding like Dinomancy, we're adding N'Zoth in here, we're adding all the awesome deathrattle minions, and I think this deck is just a lot of fun to play, and you're gonna find that this deck is actually really good. It might even be better than the best mid-range hunter. Try to swap out some cards. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you have some variations or what you would do with this deck to maybe change it differently, and check out some of these games I'm about to play.
Let the hunt begin. I'm in charge. Such big teeth I have.
X marks the spot.
Oh dear! I want to love the better to eat you with.
X marks the spot.
I hunt alone. Run away! For the war chief! Run away! Run away! Such big teeth I have.
Scuttle the ship!
To my side. Oh dear. The better to eat you with.
Scuttle the ship! By claw and cutlass!
Well played.
So I'm going to mulligan these two cards here. So the other card could have been Infest. So he mulliganed his 1-drop here. I have a Murloc. So that's great. Unfortunately, I have to skip my first turn because I want to see if he plays a Murloc. And he does. Perfect. And he wasted the coin to do it. I bet you the probability of me winning this game like shot up exponentially. Thank you. I don't know why he would play that card. The question is, should I kill command it? Oh wow. Nice. Fortunately, I can't get my Hain out. Probably play Savannah High Main next. Yep. Well, maybe not. I'll just kill command that one. I feel like he kind of blew it there a little bit, but we'll see.
Such big teeth I have.
Seems balanced. Doesn't matter, I have 6 damage. He missed his taunt. Oh, that's too bad.
Oh dear. Job done.
See, now I'm like trying to search for an Azoth a little bit. So he's probably going to trade up here. That's fine. I misplayed that a little bit, but that's fine.
Better to eat you with.
See that Dynamancy creates a very hard opportunity for him. He's just missing his taunt.
My shield for Argus.
There he goes. That's a kill that one there. Oh, nice.
To my side.
Nice, perfect.
Hunt alone.
See now, imagine I was playing that game and I drew N'Zoth there. That would have been, like, as we're going into the later rounds, I'm able to draw N'Zoth. That would have been pretty awesome. Unfortunately, that previous match, that Shaman didn't draw any taunts, really. So he was trying to slow me down with
Let
taunts.
the hunt begin.
So I'm assuming this is another, like, aggro guy. Probably swap out one of my kill commands, maybe. To try to get another minion of some kind, but we'll see. Yeah, nice. We got two big bad wolves. So we want to play. We just don't want him to ping it with this guy, and so I can't kill it.
Better to eat you with.
It's unusual.
Such big teeth I have.
So he can do 2 damage there,
Run away.
or I can kill him here. Feels like I should go face.
Run away.
Because I just drew the bow, so I can attack him next turn. Nice. Did I kill command that?
Oh dear.
This guy hates pirate warriors, huh?
Oh dear. The better to eat you with.
It's unusual.
I hunt alone.
My greetings.
Oh, interesting.
Run away.
Give me a quest. I don't have enough mana.
I hunt alone.
I'm confused. This is interesting. I've never seen this before.
Behold the rage of the Firelands.
Oh, he's trying to do infinite Jade combo on me. Interesting. So 5.
My greetings.
Well played.
Got him. That was an unusual deck. But you gotta admit it was pretty interesting. Something unique there.
You asked for it.
Let's the hunt.
So we're gonna mulligan N'Zoth here. And we're gonna mulligan the 4-drop. We're looking kind of for lower tier drops, and we kind of didn't get it. I want the Eaglehorn bow just in case he's able to get his 1-drop and he starts just spamming a ton of spells. He's not a quest mage, so I'm always assuming that if you're not a quest mage, you're a... So this is interesting. I pull out Dynamancy on this turn here. But I have a feeling I'm going to play it a little later, probably around turn 4 if I can.
I'm with the cabal!
It's a secret mage. Interesting. He has probably counterspell. Maybe he could have drew counterspell. This is a pretty bad setup for me. So turn 3, I really can't do anything. So I should probably.
Job's done.
That's fine. That's pretty unusual, but he just had counterspell probably in his hand. I think he mulliganed that card.
I hunt alone.
So turn 4 here, I'm going to probably play Scavenging Hyena and then Crackling Razor Maw. So, and on turn 5, we maybe can play Nesting Rock.
Fresh from Kazakhstan.
No, can't do that. So let's play Kindly Grandmother and Crackling Razor Maw. No, we can kill that minion. We're fine. So yeah, let's do that. We could play kill that minion, then we could play Scavenging Hyena and then
One's
Scout
out
2.
on me.
Kind of probably want to buff this minion actually. Plus 3 health, so that's fine.
Alone.
So that gives us opportunity to play Nesting Rock. We really don't want to overextend, but if he doesn't really play a minion, I'll play Kindly Grandmother. So that's why he chose plus 3 health. Frostbolt. So he can ping it next turn. So I made him waste a bunch of spells, really. So now I can play... Probably this one has the most efficiency. So he's got to waste 2 mana, then he has 3 mana left. Not sure what he can really do.
we have many secrets.
Play a secret, I guess. That's a pretty strong card.
Job's done.
Just kind of clearing the board a little bit. We are it's turn 7. We could play Kindly Grandmother and then the Rock. So we're down to 21 cards. Turn 6.
I'm late. I'm late.
Such big teeth. Oh dear.
Wanna cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
He's looking for like some type of AoE spell. Probably like Volcanic Potion or something like that. Conical Ligand. So we're at turn 8, we're getting down to about 15 cards, and it'd be nice if we drew N'Zoth or...
A game? So kind of you to join me.
So we have 4... He's probably got fire in his hand. We need to do 2, so there's 7 damage there. We don't want to make ourselves vulnerable, so we do have to kill this guy.
Quickly.
I just don't want him to play like an AoE spell, like a pretty heavy hitting spell of some kind. I'm trying to play around like Fireball, not Fireball, but Flame Strike's an IS-7. So he could Flame Strike, draw a 7 drop. He gets lucky, so yeah, you see, there he goes.
To his will, all flesh succumbs. What he said.
I feel like we should wait a little bit more. This is where you could swap out like that. See, that charge card proved to be really valuable, but he had a really good top draw there with Medivh, so he has a 10 drop too. Nice. So this game's pretty much over unless I can draw some taunts or something like that. But then he might have like a fireball or something. So there's kill command. So let's do doggies. And his ice block, so it was a close game.
Well played. Well fought.
See, we went kind of like in the later rounds though with this guy, and he got a really lucky 1 drop, or really lucky top draw there with Flame Strike. which is normal. And say like we didn't really draw N'Zoth, so like as we're going in the late rounds there, like imagine if I drew N'Zoth around turn 10, you know, the game would have been over. Really, I would have been able to turn it. So I could easily could have switched over to where like I had the best top draw, but that's Hearthstone. Like you're gonna lose just from like randomness like that.